Welcome to the Season 1 finale of Chats. It's been an immense pleasure bringing you these interviews, and I appreciate all of your support. Season 2 is around the corner and will start up on July 6th. So until then, enjoy this episode and all the rest in this past season. Don't forget to like and comment on the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Hi guys. Today my guest is a pioneer in the field of Chinese martial arts in the United States. Having founded the QM Institute in New York, he helped further the fusion between Eastern and Western medicine. He's also a master of Bak Mei and Jiao Ga Kung Fu, as well as Chen style Tai Chi and Karate. Also, being the new face of Humana Insurance. Please welcome Dr. Richard Chen.
Well, thank you, Mark. Nice to be here with you guys. And what question do you have for me today? I'm open to whatever you want to say.
Thank you for being with me, sir. And let's go ahead and get into the interview then.
Okay,
So,
let's do
the
it.
first question I have for you, Sifu.
Yes.
How did you get started in the martial arts?
Well, okay, it started when I was 13, so I've been in it a long time. As a kid, I saw a judo tournament. And I wanted to do judo. This is what happened. So I asked my father, I want to do judo. And he said, well, okay. He was very much into whatever I wanted to do. And at that time, a friend of his says, well, listen, there's a new master in town. This is in New York, a legitimate grand master from China. And he's starting to teach kids. And I was 13 at the time. So I got to study with a very famous master. His name is Lim Song. Okay. Lim Song was a master of a style called Juk Lam Tong Long, which is Southern Baptist Hakka system. So he was my first grand master. From there, I continued to study with Chin Do and Bing Lam of the Bak Mei system, and then later with Chang Man Chang of the Jiao Ga system. And the rest is history. This kept on going, and here I am today. Okay.
All right, that is absolutely.
And also, I said one thing. I want to give credit to my karate master. Master Henry Cho, which I practiced for many years. I was one of his first black belt groups. Now, what happened there? Well, okay, little side story. So at the time, Kung Fu was very, very secretive. Okay? It was not open to the public, as you mentioned. So all of us who practiced Kung Fu never talked about it. We all knew each other. So as I went to college, I still wanted to do martial arts. That's why I got into karate. I needed to practice. I needed to do something in the open. And so long story short, that's how I got into karate.
Okay. So you started first with the Chinese systems, Jiao Ga, Bak Mei, and Tong Lang, you said?
Tong Lang is, yes.
All right.
Tong Lang is a Hakka system. Bak Mei is a Hakka system.
Okay. So after your Chinese martial arts education, then you got into
I got into karate, yes. And I did karate for many years, okay, because I was going to do it for like 3 months. I wanted to break boards, okay. 3 months ended up like 13 years later. I'm still doing it. And now this time I've won championships, a high rank in karate. Now I'll tell you what happened. So we had the big tournament in New York City at the time. It was one of at that time at Madison Square Garden, the big event. And our guest of honor was Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee had just started the Green Hornet and was just getting famous. So this is how I met Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, Joe Louis, all of the greats at that time. So when I met Bruce Lee, I worked with Bruce Lee. Okay, now let's go back one step. Chinese systems are very difficult, very sophisticated, and I really didn't understand them. And so that's why I was drawn to karate more, because karate is faster, more direct, kick, punch. But when I worked with Bruce, he was an amazing guy. He hit me with everything I learned as a kid, and all of a sudden I realized, oh my God, that's how the Kung Fu works. And he brought me back to studying Kung Fu, and then I've been doing Kung Fu ever since. And I give a lot of credit to Bruce for bringing me back to the home base.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So everything just comes back full circle.
Full circle.
All right. That's great. So being a master of Bak Mei and Jiao Ga Kung Fu as well as Tai Chi Sifu, I have to ask you, what are some small differences or similarities between these styles?
Okay. Truthfully, All styles are the same. The principles of all styles are the same. The difference is the flavor. Okay, so I say flavor. It's like cooking. All dishes are the same. It's the flavor, how you want to spice it. So each of them Tai Chi has its own flavor. Okay, Bak Mi has its own flavor. Did you follow what I'm saying? So, but the principles are the same. They have to be. You're dealing with the body. You're dealing with movement and so forth. So they have to be similar. We're not creating something that the body can't do. What is the difference? People ask, what is the difference? It's the flavor. So even Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, what's the flavor? The flavor is they're more into mat work. They're more into throws. It's what they like to do. Okay, as opposed to, let's say, what we do is more boxing, punching, kicking. It's our flavor. So let's get into specifically. Okay, so let's say Jiao Ga. Jiao Ga is from the tiger style. So our flavor is tiger. Okay, let's say Mantis is the Mantis. It's a Mantis flavor. That's the difference. Not hard or soft, internal, external. It's the flavor, because we all do internal, external. It's the degree of how we understand it. If a particular teacher, let's say, just does external art, it's not the art, it's his understanding. Okay, he maybe did not get deep enough. Okay, same is true with Tai Chi. A lot of Tai Chi masters don't understand the external art. All they do is the internal, the so-called internal breathing. Now, that's not good, because you need mind, body, spirit. You need the three. You need, as you know from training, you need the skeletal body. You need the muscle tone. You need that. You need the chi. It goes together. It's not one or the other. A mistake, or misunderstanding when people think, oh, I do soft style, I don't do qigong. No, or I just do hard style. It's only muscle. No. Okay. No athlete in the world does that. Okay. If you play basketball, you're a swimmer, weightlifter. You do both. You can't do one or the other. Truthfully, what do you think? Yes.
Yes, I agree with that. I agree with that.
You need to tone the body. You need to relax the body, and you need to flow with the energy. Okay. The rest is up to what do you like to do and the flavors.
Okay.
Whether it's a Choi Li flavor, a Hong Kong flavor, a Bak Mi flavor, they're flavors. Mm-hmm. Okay.
So a big similarity between them all is that they all have flavor.
Specific flavor. The principles are the same. The principles, like we call it Looking. Looking is 6 coordinations. Okay. It is in Tai Chi. It is in Bak Mi. It's in Hong Kong. It's 6 coordination, which is shoulder to waist, elbow to knee, hand to foot. In other words, the body moves as a unit. You're moving from the core. So these are some of the principles. Okay. So certain principles are inherent in all the styles.
Okay. That's a great answer. That is a great answer.
Thank you.
And it's very insightful too, because when one thinks about it, one always wants to think about the distinct differences between martial arts styles, right?
Yes.
While they have much more in common than one wants to believe.
Well, they are all common. Now, the distinct difference comes about through your body. Okay. Now, for example, if you're a kicker, you just built that way. You're a kicker. You're gonna do more kicking, so you're distinctly more kicking in your particular style. Somebody who's, let's say, body is lower built, not long leg, whatever it is, more to the ground. He's going to do more punching or more grappling. So his physical body sort of dictates the more distinctive character than actually the style. See, my belief is any teacher who's really good can take a look at your body and will mold the style to you. Will pull out the best. If you're a kicker, he'll develop your kicking. If you're a puncher, he'll develop your kicking or grappling or throwing. It depends on your body type.
That's a very sound. It's a very sound answer. Very, 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 very true about the teacher too. So it's more if you're really truly with a good teacher, he'll amplify your natural abilities.
He will dig out your natural ability and hone it.
Okay, that's great.
Okay,
that's
rather than say, "Oh, you're Taekwondo, we're just going to do kicks." Well, it's very limited. Okay, I'm not putting anything down, but even let's talk about Taekwondo because it's very popular today. If he's really a truly good Taekwondo master, we know that Taekwondo loves kicking, wheel kicks, and so forth and so on. But if he's really a true master, If it's on, he can develop your punching. I'm talking about one of my great teachers, Chen, who's the grandmaster of the Java system. He'll look at your body, that's what he did with me. He'll see what my weakness is, my strength, and develop it. And one thing with a good master is, you put the ego aside, and it's all about transmission of information. Anything I wanted to learn, he could get from me. In other words, nobody knows all the system. Okay, let's get that straight. Let's talk about weapons, double swords, bow, and things like that. He would say, well, if I wanted to learn a particular weapon that he did not know, he would just pick up a phone, call the master. Let's say I want the spear, and he wasn't good at spear. He'd say, okay, let me call the spear master. The spear master come and teach me that. Let's say double sword. Okay, time for you to learn double sword. He'd call the double sword master, and he would teach me that. So this is what I call a true master. That, I use this example. You go to university, and at the university you have all the subjects. Nobody knows all the subjects. You're studying English, history, science. So if you want something in physics, you go to the physics department, you get the professor of physics. And this is where let's say the chancellor, or if you're talking about the Shaolin, this is the abbot of the Shaolin. He calls a master of that particular style that you want to learn or you need. Okay. Now nobody knows it all. That's impossible. You don't have enough life span to know all the weapons and all the form. But a good master knows, okay, you want mantis? Let me call the mantis master. Okay, you want monkey style? Let me call the monkey style, and he'll work with you. That's what I call a really true, evolved, high-ranking master. Okay, and I've worked with many masters of that particular things. Like let's say karate. He's the karate master. Okay, he's the tai chi master. To be the grandmaster, that's a different story. It means he really understands a lot of it. Not, as I said, not that he could do it all, but he understands a lot of it. He'll, just like the chancellor of the university. Let me call the English department. You need something in English? Let me call him.
Mm-hmm. No. Mm-hmm. All right. That's great. So, moving on to the next question.
Let's go on to the next one.
Right? All right. Knowing that the term kung fu means a skill acquired over time.
Yes.
Sifu, what do you honestly think is the hardest part of developing one's kung fu?
Okay, kung fu means the art. Anything that you do well, we call it kung fu. Okay, so let's say you're a master chef. We say, oh, you have great kung fu, means you're a great chef. Okay, so kung fu means you reach the height of whatever it is. Okay, painting, art, whatever it is. So here's what I tell my students. If you want to achieve something, anything, okay, you show up. 90% of achievement of success, you show up. Okay. Now you may think that's silly. Think about it. Okay. How many people don't show up? How many people in school don't show up to classes? Showing up is 90% of what you have to do. 10% you got to do the work, but you got to show up. What do you think of that?
That's great advice. If you're not there, you can't do the work.
So you can't do it.
It makes sense.
Show up. Okay.
It makes absolute sense. Just showing up. That's a great answer. What is the hardest part of developing one's kung fu? Always showing up. Yes.
You like
attendance. Attendance. It goes back to not just for martial arts, but even like
life. As I said, see, martial arts is really an allegory to life. Okay, martial arts is not fighting. Okay, fighting is an aspect of martial arts. Martial arts is learning how to do things. Martial arts is learning about life. That's why you gotta show up. Okay, and any great master will tell you it's not about fighting. It's about doing stuff. Okay, remember, because if it were about fighting, it would have disappeared. We wouldn't be doing the martial arts. Okay. So it's more than that. As my master said to me, you can learn how to fight very quickly. Okay, you get jumped and you survive. You've learned how to fight. You want to learn martial arts? That takes a lifetime. That's your difference. It's martial arts.
I like that.
You like that?
I do. I like that. You want to learn how to fight? Go and fight.
You've survived. You've learned. Okay. Martial arts, lifetime.
Understand. I understand. I like that. I'm going to use that.
Okay, you can use anything I said. Because you're my student. You can use anything you want.
Thank you very much, Sifu. Okay, so
Yes.
we're going to another question,
Yes.
Sifu. Right, this is the fourth question. If you could teach the new generation of martial artists only one thing, whether it be philosophy or technique, what would it be?
You know, besides showing up, I'm going to use a quote. It's a Taoist quote, okay? And Bruce Lee uses it. He made it famous. And it's like, be like water. You've heard that before.
Yeah.
Now, what does that mean? It means you have to flow with it. When there's problems, water flows, okay? And water conquers all, okay? It conquers rocks in a tidal wave. You don't stop the tidal wave. You don't stop the undertow, okay? So be like water, as Bruce said, be like water, my friend, okay? So if somebody attacks you, and this is a lot of times, you gotta flow, you go with it, okay? Not be taken over by, but you flow with it, okay? And you think it's hard, because our natural tendency is to resist and argue. This go back to life. You argue, okay? Do not face force with force. So that's what flowing is. Do not face force with force. Because you'll lose, okay? If he's stronger, you'll lose. Or if he's not strong, eventually you'll get tired, okay? So that's one of it's a Taoist concept. Bruce uses it. We use it a lot. Be like water.
Awesome. Again, beautiful answers, if you are taking in the words of Bruce Lee as well. All right, so now I have one last question.
Okay, the fifth question.
This might be the absolute hardest one.
Oh, okay.
How can you be contacted?
Oh, that is the simplest one. Just contact my friend Mark. He's going to show you. Look, I have my books here. It's the Power of Qigong. And another one. It's the martial arts. Okay. If you want to contact me or find out how to buy any of these books, get it. Mark can tell you. He's got a contact. You can go to Amazon and just type in my name, and my books will come up. But if you want to contact me for any questions or whatever, Mark is the one to talk to, and he'll give you all the information you need.
Sifu's Facebook page will be in the description below. Also in the description below will be a link for FeiYue shoes. If you need the newest styles, the best prices, you can get them all at FeiYue shoes.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for being here, Sifu. Thank you for inviting me to your home too. It's a great view.
Absolutely. It's a brotherhood. It's a fraternity.
All right. Sifu Richard Chen, he is my Sifu with Bak Mei Kung Fu. If you need instruction, giving you the internal as well as the external explanations, you need to contact Sifu Richard Chen. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.